heard of some of the most horrible pitches I've ever heard. I'd love to hear one of your ones you've heard. But like people like literally dressing up, sending Chippendale dancers to agents. It's not a good thing. And it generally does not work. If you're just trying to get attention for attention's sake, that kind of stunt stuff, it can work. But from what I mean, again, always if it's done properly, if it's done well, and it's just generally not done well.
A million examples are going through my head, and the two that we could talk all day about bad pitches because I've done a million pitch fests, I've planned and organized millions and whatever.
Sure.
But two that come to mind. One was a stripper who did a lap dance as part of her pitch. Okay.
Sure.
It's
fine.
It's a pre-Me Too, clearly. But
you think?
Every guy in town wanted to hear that pitch. He had no interest in her script. So she had to schlep around all over town doing lap dances for what? Like that's not going to help you. Another one, this might be incredibly politically incorrect, but I will tell you. Someone came up to me, this was 15, 20 years ago, and I think it was a female to male transgender. And he was saying that he didn't want, that it was a true story, it was his story, and he didn't want people taking the meeting just to see what he looked like, right? It was 20 years ago, so it was less, it was more rare then. And I said to him, not to be disrespectful, but I wish I had a hook like that. And then the guy laughed. He's like, you know what, you're right. Like, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. So it's not the same as the stripper doing it. It's like you get in the room, that's the hook. Okay, now is the story there. So there's always a hook. There's always an angle. Like I said, I have a million stories of people who've done good jobs, bad jobs. It is what it is. I did one with the Martha's Vineyard project where I went in to pitch to I think it was NBC's Blue Sky Network, USA. Mm-hmm. So it was USA, and there was two different execs I was pitching to, and they each had a different assistant. And so I was doing a lot of coordinating, trying to get the two of them in the room. And so the day that I came, I took chocolate bars from Martha's Vineyard for the two assistants. So it was a little brown nosing, but it was kind of project specific. They would remember. It was just a thank you. I gave it to them off to the side. And I think little touches like that are very personal and nice. And then they remember that. So I think there's a lot of things you can do that are within the scope of not just common courtesy, but like I think of, I lived in Japan a year. They do omiyage where they bring a taste of the season. So that was bringing a little taste of Martha's Vineyard for this comedy that we were pitching to their bosses.
In my book, I actually went around Hollywood pitching with a mobster, with the book I wrote a little bit ago. And that was my hook. Like I was sitting at the Chateau Marmont with some of the biggest actors in the world purely because they just wanted to have a dinner or a coffee or a drink with the mobster, and he never disappointed. So you use what you got, I guess.
That's the same thing. Like I was talking with the transgender guy. Like I'm not making any kind of a judgment. Just that there will be that curiosity, looky-loo, kicking tires. It sucks, but why not use it? So if you've got a mafioso that's willing to come with you and schmooze, have at it, right?
I don't think there is a mafioso that wouldn't come around and schmooze and schmooze in Hollywood. Are you kidding?
Yeah. It's shorty.
Yes.